Have you ever wondered why the more you try to get close to them, the further they seem to drift away? Why does it feel like no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how patient, understanding, or loving you become, they still act distant, cold, or completely uninterested? And the most confusing part, why do they suddenly come back only when you start pulling away? If that question has been living in your mind, then this is something you need to hear. Because what you're about to understand will change the way you see them, and more importantly, the way you see yourself. And if you stay until the end of this video, you will not only understand how avoidants think, you will also discover the exact shift that makes them feel your absence deeply, in a way they can't ignore. Here's the truth most people never realize. Avoidants do feel. They feel deeply, but they don't process emotions the way you do. Where you move closer, they move away. Where you express, they suppress. Where you seek connection, they seek distance. Not because they don't care, but because closeness triggers something inside them that feels unsafe. To them, emotional intimacy is not comfort. It's pressure. It's expectation. It's a silent fear of losing control. So when things start getting real, when emotions deepen, when you start showing consistency and care, something inside them starts to pull back, not consciously, not intentionally, but automatically. And this is where most people make the biggest mistake. They think, if I just try harder, if I just love more, if I just prove my value, they will finally stay. But that's exactly what pushes them further away. Because when you chase, you increase pressure. When you over-explain, you increase emotional weight. When you try to fix everything, you remove the very space they depend on to feel safe. And slowly, without realizing it, you become the reason they feel overwhelmed. This is not your fault. But it is your responsibility to understand this pattern if you want to change the outcome. Avoidants are not moved by intensity. They are not drawn to emotional urgency. They don't respond to neediness. Even if it comes from a place of love, they respond to something else entirely. They respond to emotional calm. They respond to space. They respond to a presence that does not demand, but simply exists. And this is where the real shift begins. If you want them to miss you, you have to stop trying to make them miss you. Read that again. Because the moment you start trying is the moment you lose your power. Trying creates pressure. Pressure creates distance. And distance makes them feel safe, being away from you, not drawn toward you. But when you stop chasing, something unexpected happens. When you stop texting first, when you stop waiting for replies, when you stop reacting to their silence, you create a space they are not used to. A silence that is not filled with desperation, but with strength. And that silence starts speaking louder than words ever could. Because now, instead of you thinking about them, they start thinking about you. Instead of you wondering where they are, they start wondering where you went. This is the psychology most people ignore. Avoidants are comfortable with distance, but they are not comfortable with losing control. And the moment they feel like they are no longer in control of your attention, your energy, your presence, that's when something shifts inside them. That's when curiosity begins. That's when tension builds. That's when they start feeling your absence. Not because you begged them to notice you, but because you stopped making yourself available in a way they took for granted. Understand this deeply. You don't make an avoidant miss you by holding on tighter. You don't make them come closer by stepping closer yourself. You do it by stepping back, internally and externally, by becoming someone who is no longer chasing, no longer waiting, no longer depending on their validation, because the moment you stop trying to hold them is the exact moment they start feeling what it's like to lose you. And that feeling is something they can't ignore. Now, this is just the beginning, because understanding this truth is powerful, but applying it correctly is what changes everything. In the next part, you're going to discover the first two powerful ways that create psychological distance, the kind of distance that doesn't push them away, but pulls them back towards you. And once you understand how to do this the right way, you won't just be someone they remember, you'll become someone they can't stop thinking about. Now that you understand why your effort was never the solution, it's time to shift your approach in a way that changes how they feel without forcing anything. Because real influence doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing differently. The first step is something most people are afraid to do, not because it's difficult, but because it feels unfamiliar. You have to step out of their world without making noise. This means no emotional exit, no long explanations, no final message trying to prove your worth, just a quiet shift in your presence. You stop showing up the way you used to. No constant availability, no checking in for their attention, no trying to keep the connection alive on your own. At first, it may feel like you're losing control, but in reality, you are taking it back. Because when you remove your constant presence, you remove the comfort they had in knowing you will always be there. And that comfort is what kept them emotionally relaxed and distant. When everything feels guaranteed, nothing feels valuable. But when something familiar suddenly becomes unavailable, the mind reacts. It starts asking questions. Why did they change? What are they doing now? Why does it feel different? This is not about disappearing to punish them. It's about stepping back to protect your energy and restore your value. Silence, when used with confidence, creates tension, not the kind that pushes people away, but the kind that pulls their attention back. Because now, instead of you filling the space, they are left alone with their thoughts. And thoughts, when not distracted, grow stronger. They begin to replay conversations. They begin to notice your absence. They begin to feel something they were avoiding before. This is where the shift begins. Not in what you say, but in what you stop saying. Not in what you do, but in what you no longer do. And as this distance forms, something else becomes even more important. You must detach from the outcome. This is where most people struggle. They step back physically, but emotionally, they are still waiting for a message, waiting for a sign, waiting for them to come back. And that waiting keeps you stuck in the same position because energy doesn't lie. Even if you are silent, if your mind is still focused on them, you haven't truly stepped away. You're still giving them control over your emotional state. True detachment means you release the need for a specific result. You stop measuring your actions based on their reactions. You stop asking, will this make them miss me? And you start living in a way that is not centered around them at all. This is where your power grows, because now your attention shifts back to your own life. You focus on your routine, you invest in your growth, you rebuild the parts of yourself that were ignored, and slowly your identity becomes stronger. You are no longer someone waiting to be chosen. You become someone who chooses their own direction, and that change is felt, not through words, not through messages, but through energy. Because when someone senses that they are no longer the center of your world, it creates uncertainty. And uncertainty is something avoidants are not used to feeling in this dynamic. They are used to distance on their terms. They are used to controlling how much they give and when they pull away. But when you stop playing that role, when you stop reacting the same way, the pattern breaks. And when the pattern breaks, attention returns. They begin to notice the difference, not because you told them, but because they feel it. The space you created is no longer empty. It's filled with your absence. And absence, when it is real, has a strong effect on the mind. It makes people remember what they had. It makes them question what they lost. It makes them feel something they didn't allow themselves to feel before. But this only works when your detachment is genuine, not forced, not temporary, not used as a trick. It has to come from a place where you truly value your peace more than their attention. Because the moment you go back to chasing, the moment you break your own boundary, everything resets, and you return to the same cycle. So stay steady, stay focused, let your silence speak, let your absence create the space they need to finally feel what was always there. Because when you stop giving them easy access to your time, your thoughts, and your energy, you become something they can no longer predict. And what cannot be predicted becomes impossible to ignore. This is how distance turns into attraction. This is how silence turns into curiosity. And this is how someone who once felt comfortable without you starts to feel uncomfortable without you in their life. As that shift begins to settle in, something deeper starts to take place within you. You are no longer reacting. You are no longer adjusting yourself just to keep someone close. And in that space, a new version of you starts forming. One that does not chase attention, but naturally attracts it. This is where most people either rise or fall back into old patterns, because now the focus is not on them anymore. It is on you. Not in a selfish way, but in a powerful, grounded way. You begin to rebuild your life quietly, not for validation, not to prove anything, but because you understand that your value was never meant to depend on someone else's ability to see it. You start improving your routine. You wake up with more intention. You take care of your body. You invest time in your mindset. You focus on goals that have nothing to do with them. And the most important part, you don't announce it. You don't seek their attention. You don't try to show them what they're missing. You simply become better in silence, because real growth does not need an audience. And this kind of transformation creates a different kind of energy. It's calm, it's focused, it's self-contained, and that energy is something avoidants notice, even if they don't say it. They are naturally drawn to independence. They respect people who are not trying to hold on to them, because for them, control equals safety. But when they see someone who is fully in control of themselves, someone who is not trying to control them, it creates a different kind of attraction. Now, you are no longer someone who feels heavy. You become someone who feels free. And freedom is something they don't resist. They move toward it. At the same time, another shift needs to happen. And this one is even more powerful. You must stop being emotionally available on demand. Before, you were always there. Whenever they reached out, you responded instantly. Whenever they needed support, you gave it without hesitation. Whenever they disappeared and came back, you welcomed them the same way. And without realizing it, you taught them something. You taught them that your presence has no limits, that no matter what they do, they can always come back and find you exactly where they left you. But now, that changes. You begin to create boundaries, not loud ones, not aggressive ones, but clear ones. You don't respond immediately every time. You don't engage in deep conversations whenever they feel like it. You don't open yourself emotionally just because they decided to show up for a moment. You take your time. You choose when to engage. You decide how much access they have. And this is not about playing games. This is about balance, because when someone has unlimited access to you, they stop valuing that access. But when access becomes limited, it becomes meaningful. It becomes something they have to earn, not expect. And this is where their perception starts to change. They begin to see you differently, not as someone who is always there, but as someone who has their own life, their own rhythm, their own priorities. And that shift creates respect, because people respect what is not easily available. They respect what has boundaries. They respect what cannot be controlled. And as that respect builds, so does their attention. They start noticing the difference in your responses. They start feeling the change in your presence. They start realizing that something is no longer the same. And when something feels different, it creates emotional tension. That tension is not negative, it's powerful, because it forces them to think, to question, to feel. And for someone who avoids emotions, feeling anything strongly is a shift. They may not express it, they may not admit it, but internally, something is moving, because now they can't predict you. They can't rely on old patterns. They can't assume you will always be there in the same way. And that uncertainty creates interest. Interest leads to attention. Attention leads to emotional awareness. And emotional awareness is what they have been avoiding all along. You are not forcing them to feel. You are creating the conditions where feeling becomes unavoidable. By becoming someone who is focused, grounded, and no longer easily accessible, you change the entire dynamic. You are no longer part of their comfort zone. You become something they have to reach for. And when someone has to reach for you, they start valuing your presence in a way they never did before. This is how you become unforgettable, not by holding on tighter, but by standing strong in your own space. Not by giving more, but by knowing when to give less. Not by seeking attention, but by becoming someone whose energy naturally draws it in. And in that position, you don't just make them notice you. You make them feel the difference between having you and not having you at all. As everything begins to change within you, a final layer reveals itself. This is the point where most people think they have done enough. But the truth is, this is where the real transformation either becomes permanent or disappears completely. Because now, it is no longer about distance, silence, or boundaries. It is about who you have become without them. There is a quiet strength that comes from learning how to be okay on your own. Not pretending, not distracting yourself, but genuinely reaching a place where your peace does not depend on someone else's presence. And this is where the deepest shift happens. You start feeling lighter. You are not checking your phone with anxiety. You are not replaying conversations in your mind. You are not wondering what they are doing or who they are with. Instead, your focus is fully back on your own life. You find joy in simple things again. You feel present in your own moments. You build a life that feels complete, with or without anyone else. And that feeling is powerful. Because most people never reach this point. Most people stay attached to outcomes. They stay connected to expectations. They stay emotionally tied to someone who is not fully there. But you chose differently. You chose growth. You chose self-respect. You chose to move forward, not as a strategy, but as a decision. And this is where everything changes on a deeper level. When you are truly at peace without them, it creates a kind of energy that cannot be ignored. It is not loud, it is not forced, but it is felt. Because now there is no emotional pressure coming from you. There is no hidden need for their validation. There is no signal that you are waiting. And that absence of need creates a powerful contrast. They start to sense that you are no longer emotionally tied in the same way. They notice that you are not reacting like before. They feel that something important has shifted, and they cannot control it. This is where their internal conflict begins, because on one side, they are used to distance, but on the other side, they are not used to losing someone who once gave them consistent attention. And when those two feelings collide, it creates discomfort. A quiet kind of discomfort that stays in their mind. They begin to think about you more often, not because you reached out, but because you didn't, not because you tried to remind them, but because your absence became noticeable. They remember the way you used to be. They compare it to how things feel now. And slowly, they begin to understand something they didn't value before. Your presence mattered. Your consistency mattered. Your energy mattered. But by the time they start realizing this, you are no longer standing in the same place. You are not waiting at the same spot they left you. You are moving forward, not to prove a point, not to make them jealous, but because you genuinely chose a better direction for yourself. And this is what creates the strongest emotional impact. Because now it is not a game, it is real. You are not pretending to move on. You have already started. You are exploring new experiences. You are meeting new people. You are opening yourself to possibilities that were once ignored. And in doing so, you send a clear message without saying a single word. You are no longer available in the way you once were. And that realization hits differently. Because people often take things seriously only when they feel they might lose them for good. Not temporarily, not emotionally, but completely. And when that feeling becomes real, it triggers something deep. A sense of urgency, a sense of regret, a sense of wanting to reconnect before it is too late. But here's the difference now. You are not controlled by that moment. You are not rushing back. You are not abandoning your growth just because they suddenly show interest. You stay grounded. You stay aware. You stay aligned with the version of yourself you worked hard to build. Because your journey was never about making them come back. It was about becoming someone who no longer depends on their return. And in that position, you win either way. If they come back, you see them clearly. If they don't, you are still moving forward. No confusion, no attachment, no loss of self. This is the ultimate shift. You stop trying to be remembered, and you become impossible to forget. Not because you forced your way into their mind, but because you walked away with strength, clarity, and self-respect. And when someone experiences that kind of change from you, it leaves a mark that stays with them, long after you are gone. Because at the end of the day, people don't miss what was always available. They miss what they can no longer reach. And when they finally look back, they don't just see your absence, they feel it.